All right, so we're going to go over Shadowrun 5th Edition combat sequence. This is probably the hardest concept to grasp right at first, but once you get it, it's super easy. The hardest part is honestly soaking damage, but this goes for any kind of physical combat, slinging spells, melee, guns, you name it. So we're gonna go right into it. So first I'm gonna go over the 4 steps that are in it, and then I'm gonna show you an example. The first one is a combat sequence. You declare the attack saying, okay, I'm attacking that person. The other person rolls reaction plus intuition by default to defend, and is then basically trying to dodge the bullet. In the cheat sheet, there is an interrupt action list that you can do too, but we're not gonna get into that today. Attack, then they roll their combat skill plus attribute. So if they're shooting a gun, that's pistols plus agility. If they're slinging a spell, it'd probably be spellcasting plus magic. Step 3, defend. If you're anything like me, just reading this isn't going to make a lot of sense. It's going to make a lot more sense when I actually show it to you, but I'm going to go through it anyway. The defender rolls reaction plus intuition. You compare the results of the attacker. If the attacker scores more than the defender, the attack lands. If not, the attack misses. And then you don't do B, C, D, and E if it misses. But if it hits, the attacker calculates their net hits plus the damage value of their weapon. C, apply armor penetration from the attacker's weapon to the defender's armor. Some weapons have a base amount of armor piercing damage that it does. And then you just take that away from the defender's armor. D, the defender rolls their body plus their modified armor amount to resist any damage that's incoming. And then E, each hit scored is subtracted from the attacker's damage total. And then step 4 is when they soak up the damage. Boom. During the armor stage right here, you figure out if it's going to be physical damage or stun damage, which we'll go over in a second. Here it is all together. So you can see step 3 is the one that takes the most time. So we're going to do an example now. So step 1. You declare, this is Corin, this is the ganger. Corin says, I'm going to shoot you. And the Corin says, I'm not going to do anything special. He's not using any interrupt actions. Again, don't have to know how to do any of those, but it is in the cheat sheet. Step 2, attack. He says, I'm going to attack you with my pistol. These stats for this character are not listed anywhere on this presentation. These are just private that I have. So, if I was GMing a game and let's say you were Corin, you would know your pistol skill is 6 and you have 4 in agility. So that makes 10 dice. Cool. So then we're going to go ahead and roll these dice. Ah! Okay, so we're going to roll these dice. So I get 4, 5, 10. Cool. Now 5s and 6s are hits, okay? Oh, see, so in this case, he rolled 1 hit. Oh, that is so bad. The ganger has to defend it, right? So step 1 is him reacting to it. It's reaction plus intuition, so 4, 8, here we go. So all he needs to do is roll 1 hit to avoid the incoming attack. Boom, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So like he dodges that bullet like it's nothing, okay? So let's try this again. Let's see if Corin can roll a little bit better. Obviously, this happens during games, right? You roll like garbage. 4 hits. Cool. Let's go with that. He's going to roll 4 hits, which is actually how much I have in the example on the cheat sheet. So he rolls 4 hits. Ganger needs to roll his reaction now. The ganger rolls 3. Perfect. Just like my example. Cool. He rolls 3 hits. Oh no. The ganger got 3 hits. The attacker got 4 hits for his attack. That's a total of 1 net hit. Now, if the attack is more than the defense, then he hits, which he does, right? By 1. If the attack is less than the defense, then it misses, like we saw before. And now you calculate the damage value, step 3B. So you do the net hits, which is 1. Plus his damage value on his weapon, which you wouldn't know, but I do, is 9 physical damage. That's the P here. So that makes 10 total damage that he is dishing out to the ganger. Now we have to talk about armor penetration. So does his weapon have any armor penetration on it? It does. It has -1. Actually, I think it's -2. So we're going to go ahead and change that. And the armor rating the ganger has, he's wearing an armor jacket, and that has a armor rating of 10. So then we're going to calculate it. He's going to have 8 armor, so his armor rating is now 8, and the damage value is 10. 10 damage, which means it is less than, so it is physical damage. I'll describe what the differences of those two things are shortly. So now it's step 3D, the ganger has to resist damage. So he has to take his body, which in this case we know is 4, plus his modify AR, which is going to be 8. That gives him 12 dice. We're gonna gather the dice now. So he got 3 hits. Poor bastard. Take those 3 hits. This is step 3E. Damage value we know is 10. He resisted 3 of that damage. The ganger, oh no, takes 7 damage, physical damage. So what that looks like now is step 4, he soaks up the damage. This is his physical tracker, okay? And this would be a stun tracker. Fill in 7 of these boxes. Well, he only has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into overflow, meaning he is knocked out. If you're using Charmer, this will automatically be calculated for you, but a lot of this will be too, by the way. It's just good to understand. 8 plus body divided by 2, rounded down, and that's how many boxes he gets. Then bada boom, bada bang, he dies. Or when he doesn't die, but he goes down. Just a quick recap. He declares what he's gonna shoot him. He's just gonna do the default reaction plus intuition. Cool. He attacks him, which is his pistol plus agility, which is his combat skill plus attribute. Gives him 10 dice, he scores 4 hits. And then the ganger is gonna do the default defending option, which is 4 plus 4 for him, which is reaction plus intuition. 8 dice, he scores 3 hits. The attacker has 1 net hit over him. It's going to hit. Because it hits, he has to calculate damage. So he just adds that 1 to his damage value on his weapon, which is 9 for this pistol he's got. 10 damage. And then we have armor penetration here, plus armor rating. He has to calculate the armor. So we know that that weapon does -2 armor piercing. And then his armor is 10. That's his armor rating on his armor jacket. His new modified amount is 8 armor rating. And that is less than 10 damage value. So it's going to be physical damage. So then he tries to resist the damage by rolling his body with his modified armor rating, which turns out to be 12 dice. And he rolls his 12 dice. Bad roll. He only gets 3 hits to resist the damage. The damage value, hits to resist, which was 3, takes 7 total damage, and he takes it. And then since he only has 6 condition boxes, he is out for the round. Bada boom, bada bang. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.